Oh, get my AK.
We are now live. Welcome to the DT Hour with me, Kansas Hillbilly Prepper, backed up by the man himself, Poison Stinger. So, anyway, I guess today I'm leaving the topics open, but I wanted to get a little bit off my chest. You know, the things going on down in Texas are all this people come across the border, kids. Some of them I don't believe are fully. I believe it's teenagers, and in which makes it gonna be soon. It's gonna be hard to get a job. It's gonna be hard to do anything. It's harder than it is now, and until the president decides to, or anybody decides to change the rules, backed up by the man himself.
You got your YouTube thing going, brother?
Oh, shoot, I forgot. Anyway,
Fail.
I wanted to go. Oh, no, get rid of that sound. There we go. I forgot all about that. Oops.
It's
My
early
bad.
in the daytime for us to be on point.
Yeah, I stayed up all night, so excuse me. I think everybody did. Well,
Yes, I know you were up all night. I heard you. Blah, 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 blah.
and as my wife chimes in, my wonderful wife.
Well, I'm glad you were feeling good enough to be talkative that late at night. You haven't been up that late in a while, at least not that I know
That's the first time. It was fun too.
of.
I'm actually feeling better, and I'm actually celebrating. I guess that's the reason it's worth it.
So get this, I have an old high school buddy. He's Latino. He's Latino, right? I don't know if he was ever even born in Mexico. I think he's an American citizen. I think his family was born here, right?
Yeah.
And not too long ago, I'd made a comment about the illegal situation, and he responded to my thing on Facebook saying, well, what country do we need to send your family back to? And I had made the comment, and that one was just, I was like, oh, really? You're going to be one of those kind of guys that are totally for illegals, huh? Because he's in the military, too. He's in the Army. You know, he did some respectable stuff, you know, in this country. And I'm like, well, first of all, my family came over here legally, went through, you know, that place in New York where they put everyone, Ellis Island, right? You know, did their shit there. Came here legally, and I was born here legally. That's all I'm asking for Mexican people. You want to come here, do it legally. Ladies' night is later. Ladies' night is later.
Oh, hush.
So, yeah, anyway, I'm like, all they have to do is come here legally, right? Go through the process. Do it legally. And I didn't hear anything from him, and then just recently I saw a Facebook post again from him where he's in there, all he says is "Way to go, Mexico," something like that. And I was like, really, really, all these people crossing and just flooding our border. He's totally okay with it. I don't know. One of his family members must be an illegal immigrant or something, because he doesn't know the real cost of what's going on. You know, not only do you have some good people maybe crossing, but you got a lot of people bringing drugs, you got a lot of people bringing guns, you got a lot of cartel members. It's not a good situation anyway.
Not only that, just the sheer amount of people that are sick that are coming across, and some of those kids having their hands and shoes and fingers chopped off. I mean, they can't be proper in society because they had to get maimed on the way here. You know, it's the factor that no one wants to close off the border now, and it's just going to take down America because America can't withstand the push of how much it's going to cost to stop it.
It's going to be a bad situation, but I don't see any good. I don't see any good results coming from that one.
No.
I don't think we're going to stop the inflood. I think that we're just going to allow it to happen. So. What can you do?
Hey, Jeremiah Johnson, how you doing? Yes, please push the like button all you like. That would be wonderful. The more you saying I like this is better, and the more we can do. You know, we've been. I know last night we were doing a lot of talking and stuff about it, and you know, we. The fact is, it's a push. I mean, on the medical system. I mean, those people coming across, there's a lot of them that are ill. Got scabies, you name it, and tuberculosis. I mean, the thing is, there's plenty of them running rampant down in through there, and there's no health care. And they're coming here now. Now they're getting their health care. But the thing is, it's also bringing up other strands. And guess what? It'll straighten out to the rest of us. And they're just sending them off bus anywhere they want to go here in the United States. All the border guards can do is just put them on a bus and send them. It's what their orders are.
Yeah, that's some bull crap. And apparently some border guards have quit because of the stuff going on in the orders that were given. So, yeah. It's not why you sign up to be a border guard. You sign up to be a border guard to make sure they don't come across, and then just to let them all through. Come on.
And now it's just like they're being told, sit down on your knees and watch them come across, and then make sure and give them a ticket so they can get to the next town. You know.
Yeah.
Now they're sending all these kids, and they don't have parents or anything. So now we got to figure out what to do with them. And you know, I mean, kids ain't bad. I mean, maybe put them, you know.
Kids are bad too because they're gonna come here and all your kids' jobs or all the, you know, people that have kids now, they're gonna be taking your kids' jobs. Yeah. And they're definitely not going to, well, I mean, if your kid's smart enough, goes to school and gets a higher paying job, then maybe they'll be okay because these kids, they're coming across, they're going to go to crap school, they're not going to try that hard, but they're going to get a lot of meaningful, I can't say it today, you know what I mean, that kind of labor job, you know, so the one that you don't need a great education for is the ones that are going to be taken up the most. And they'll do it for a lot less.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and you know it's also you look at our system right now. It's bad enough the government's failing us, but now you got all these people coming in. The government don't even know what to do with us to get us help for medical. My friends are hurting because of this Obamacare crap that came in, and I mean, one gal, she's got cancer almost, or they're not sure yet. But the thing is, she can't get help because of the factor of she was denied Obamacare. I mean, wow! I didn't know you could be denied it. And I mean, it's the factors. I mean, they want $1,500 or $2,000, something like that, just before you can even get on it. And it's like that. So I mean, we don't even have our shit together. Then bring in another 60,000, 70,000 people at a time every month. It's not going to be. It's an overload, and that's what they want it to be. He's bringing down our system.
I don't know, there's a lot of different theories on why they would want this to happen. I'm more of in the camp, okay, and that's because I'm not as a conspiracy nut as a lot of people on the Dragon. I'm like the resident blind guy. I don't know what you want to call, you know, somebody who doesn't buy into every conspiracy, but, you know, for me it's more, well, let's get them in here because they're all going to vote for Democrats. And, hey, it's before the next election, so we can get them signed up.
Yeah.
But, you know, yeah, there's a lot of other reasons out there people think. There's, you know, to collapse the U.S. faster, to expand Mexico's borders, to get rid of some of the border states because, you know, well, actually Texas is somewhat, you know, conservative, but really the only main conservative state out of those 4 border states is Arizona. So there's that, though. Let's redefine the borders with Mexico and get rid of some of these more conservative states. There's definitely the whole thing with, well, let's just make the North America all one big country.
Yeah. But either way, I mean, okay, just saying it's okay. Take for instance, why would the president not want to stop? I mean, close off the borders. Okay, he knows that it's possible to throw us into a collapse. Our system's already fragile. We're monetarily challenged, and then you add in all this other stuff coming. Now that's going to add in a collapse.
Well, I don't think that the president would ever be against. I don't think he'd ever be against immigration. I mean, Democrats have been all for, illegals here in the country for quite a while. I mean, since I was a kid, I remember that shit. Reagan fought that stuff in the 80s. Oh, we got to close our borders. Well, he made a deal with the Democrats that obviously, of course, like every damn time you make a deal with the Democrats, they didn't follow through on. And so it's been going on for a very long time, and it's just par for the course. I'm not surprised at all that Obama is all about getting, as many illegals here as possible, because it plays to their base. Oh, it's humanitarian. It's for the children. Be careful, I think they'll fall on you.
But I mean, it's a situation that we got to look at real soon. It's going to come smacking us in the face all over, because it's like you can't. The old way of handling government problems was to go out and march and bitch and gripe and groan through there, and stand and do your, got there marching and saying, hey, hell no, we won't go. Then turn around now. If you do that, you lose your job because there's more people behind you. So that cuts us off from that.
I'm all for immigration. I just wish that people would be okay with doing it legally. What's wrong with doing it legally? I ask some of these people sometimes, well, what's so wrong with going through the process and doing it legally? And usually their response is one of a few answers. One, oh, it takes so long and it's so much and it's so hard to do. Well, a lot of people do it all the time. They do it legally. Or another response, well, they did something in their past and now they're not allowed in. Well, maybe you shouldn't have broken the law, Well, they got family in America and they want to be with their family. Well, why can't they do it legally? Oh, because they broke the law or whatever. And why can't their family in America go back to Mexico? They come here. I know people that's been here for over 40 years still can't speak a lick of English. It's not, and that's just because they don't try, right? We got Fabrizio that learned English in 6 months and proud of his new country, extremely proud of his new country. And these people are never proud of their new country. They're always talking Viva la Mexico and celebrating, Cinco de Mayo and all that shit. It's like, when you do it illegally, you don't have, it's like my dad told me when I was a kid, right? He said, son, I don't want to give you something, I want you to earn it, because when you earn it, you're going to have more respect for it and you're going to take better care of it. And that's the same thing, and that was to a toy or whatever I was looking at back in the day, right? But that applies to this situation just as much. The people who earn it, the people who go through the proper channels, they have a higher respect for what they got because they had to earn it. They had to work for it, right? So then they come here, they learn how to speak American, they're proud of their country. Sure, they're still Latino or whatever, and they might celebrate some stuff, but they're definitely more proud of being an American and wanting to be more American than trying to be Mexican in America. My 2 cents.
He says, send out some links, you narcissist. Mule King 66 and Rebel says, send out some links. And
well, you and Reb know how to get the fuck in here, but...
I sent you a link, Reb. Check your messages.
Yeah, you check yourself before you check your messages.
Not saying that one.
No, I got it.
Okay.
Well, I don't see Mule on, but I'll send him a link anyway.
I didn't think Mule was going to beat you.
Yeah, well, he's a sneaky bastard.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who else is out there. Hey, Jason's out there. What's up, Jason? Hear you and Kansas had a good chat last night. I don't think he's in my circles, Jason. I don't think you're in my circles. We'll have to change that.
Yes, we will. I don't think I got you in my circle. This could be a problem. Hold on a moment. Well,
well, I can send it to his YouTube email.
Okay, give us that then.
Keep talking while I do this.
Okay. Well, anyway, you know, it's sort of like, I mean, even though we have these guys doing that, on top of that, then you got all the, I mean, it's like, it's no wonder our senators and stuff can't do anything because they're so busy trying to cover all the bullshit that's going on without every damn illegal thing the president's doing. So, what can they do about it? Nothing. So, I mean, everybody's sort of stuck in this bullshit situation. And it's wrong. There's got to be a break somewhere.
Well, I don't see any good way out of it. I mean, we could maybe, you know, the whole thing with the Bundy Ranch, I didn't see a good way out of that either. And then that tasing incident happened, and it pissed everybody off, and they went down there, and look how that turned out. So, you know, I could definitely be wrong on how this is all going to turn out, but it's going to take something that pisses off the American public enough, and that we get all the militias to go down there like they did to Bundy Ranch before it's going to change anything. And I think they're ready for that too. I mean, isn't there reports that the UN is down there helping immigrants cross the border? Yeah. So you're going to be going up against the UN troops?
Mm-hmm. And it's just like, I mean, the UN, I mean, it's like I seen a train go by last night. They were heading east east. And it was UN. I had a UN sign on it going down the train tracks over here last night.
What's up, Rebel?
What's up, gentlemen?
Just conspiring with Byron.
Stinger wanted to have you all to himself, Byron.
So what's going on? I sent you a link.
No, sir.
You didn't get it?
But Stinger did. Well, I'm on my phone. Did you send it to the YouTube?
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, that's probably why. No biggie. I'm not too proud to beg for a link.
Okay.
Jason should have a link in his YouTube now too. I don't have him in my circles, but I'll fix that.
Or to talk shit. Here, I'll add Jason right now. I can do that.
Cool. I'd like him in here so that I can add him to my circles. It's easier that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you friend somebody, then you can.
Right.
You can add somebody, you narcissist.
Right, I'm telling you, I'm a dick. I was able to get 31 rounds in this Tapco mag, and I didn't even realize I had 31 in there until just now.
Yeah, you know, you gotta have these beautiful.
Now we know why your drum broke.
All right, probably. I was always shoving 76 in there.
You gotta see all these beautiful things. This is what Rebel can do.
Huh?
Gotta make it look good.
Oh, you guys pimping my shit. Got my pimps and hoes out here.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm definitely probably falling in the hoe category.
Right.
That's what I feel like every time I show up your mag.
Right. Well, you're contractually obligated to do so. So.
Right? I'll get around to it.
I'm glad I wasn't contractually obligated.
No, actually, yeah, you're not because it didn't have you sign off on that contract, so you're free to do as you're free to do as you please, and I appreciate it. Where I own Stinger.
Yeah.
What's up, Jason? Jason's becoming a regular fixture around here.
Telling you what, last night, man, I definitely developed a little bit of a man crush on Jason.
I think we all did, bro. Seeing that scenery, fishing with the dogs, and then his Wi-Fi. Then he's popping caps off.
Right?
His Wi-Fi is ridiculous.
Wait, it says I have him already in one of my friends' circles, so why the hell did I not see him? That's weird. I got it. Sorry.
But, yeah, I probably shouldn't have joined in on this chat if you guys are talking about the border, or everybody's going to find out what a racist I am.
We're all racist, man. If you don't agree that Mexicans should be able to come over here freely without any documentation at all, then you're automatically a racist. And that's the bullshit about this new world we're living in, where we're going to quell freedom of speech because everybody gets scared because nobody wants to be called a racist, bigot, homophobe.
Yeah, but I think I'm the only one in this chat that's yelled at fucking people for not speaking English.
No, I get on people for that too.
In a store.
You're not the only one.
You know, it's like when I, all the chatter is Spanish, and I have to think, wait a minute, where the fuck am I? There's a fucking problem.
There is.
In fact, one of the shirts that I'm going to paint, one of the first ones I want to paint, is "Speak English or go back to where you came from." And like Stinger mentioned earlier, real immigrants, they want to learn the language. And I understand language is one of the hardest things to learn, especially as an adult. But people do it all the time. And if you're trying, if you got a broken accent, that's all good. You're trying. But you want to come into this country and then you want to not learn the language and you want all the benefits of being here, but yet you don't want to see an American flag and you don't want to try to learn the language. You know what? Go fuck yourself.
Yep, 100% on that one. It's a lot of you got to be willing if you're coming across. I mean, I agree. People can come across. I mean, even if they're illegal and they're trying to actually do the right thing and go get legal, that's fine with me too, because if they, as long as they're trying to speak English and they're trying to learn the right ways. But if they're not trying to learn the right ways and they're just trying to come across just to be here and not try to fit in, and
well, they're damn lucky I'm not running things, because I'll tell you right now, that's one of the only responsibilities the government has, is to run the military and secure the borders. You can't have a country if you don't have borders. Secure borders at that. Yep. And if I was running shit, oh, hell no. Men, women, children, grandpas, grandmas, animals, anybody coming across the borders of the United States illegally would be deemed immediately on the spot for dispatch.
Well, I say we should.
He's for sending home all the Chihuahuas.
I say we should load up all the ones that are there and all that was coming across right now and send them to Russia.
Well, no, but here's the thing: the policies that we have in place, we don't enforce the laws we already have, and the policies entice people to come. So it's not their fault. They're coming over here because employers will hire them under the table. They can get driver's license and IDs and bank accounts and places to live and all these types of things. So we're at fault. They're not at fault. Immigrants wanting to better themselves, I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with trying to escape a dangerous situation. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying, right? We're all immigrants when it comes right down to it. What I'm saying is there's a major security breach on the northern and southern borders. And I'll say this current situation we're in is a bioweapon. It's a false flag because diseases are coming in rampant. What say you?
Well,
I agree. I think that if they want to come over here, let's say you're saying deport them all, that grandpas, chihuahuas, little dogs.
No. I didn't say deport. I said I would secure the border with gunships. Anybody who crosses illegally into the United States of America is deemed a terrorist and dispatched immediately. Period. If the Mexican army accidentally comes across the border, they will be dispatched immediately. Everybody coming illegally is a terrorist and will be dealt with sufficiently and immediately.
Right.
I don't have a problem with that. Think about it. If you run from the police, they execute you.
Shit.
If you try to run through a checkpoint in Iraq, we execute you.
There you go.
That's just how it went. So
what's
that's not actually as evil and mean as it sounds. That's how the world works.
Because there's signs usually posted saying don't come any closer or bad things will happen.
What's got me worried is, right, you got ISIS guys right there. They're threatening the president and stuff like that. Well, how many of those suckers are coming across that border? I mean, really, we have a legitimate enemy out there who wants to kill us, and you don't think they see the free advertisements for an open border? Look at that, they're advertising. They're even going to pay us to help get into their country and blow them up.
Yeah.
That just scares me. That scares me.
We brought it on ourselves, and they need that. They need everyone to be fearful. Because as long as we're fearful of the boogeyman, we won't take arms against our government because we're too worried about, terrorists, dirty bombs, yada, yada, yada.
You're also too worried about being called a racist, so a lot of people won't stand up about this whole thing with Mexico. Yeah. They'll think our way, right? They'll be thinking that way, but they won't say anything because if they do, they could lose their job. They could lose, their,
Listen,
friends.
I'm from the Bay Area, which used to be when I came out, it was very multicultural, fantastic. You're talking cuisine, you're talking art, you're talking music, you're talking, all of it, even the language, right? All of it's good, but don't mistake where the fuck you are. This is America, the United States of America. Right? American flags. I don't want to see no other country flags representing here. In San Francisco, you got Little Chinatown, where everybody, congregates and their culture is displayed in full. That's fine. That's a little community. People migrated there. They did the same thing in New York with the different, people there. But, what we have now is they're killing the American way and culture. It's being overrun because now we're a third world country. We have become a third world country.
And without
Welcome
sounding,
to the news.
I do want to point out that America is older than the Mexican culture, and America is older than Mexico, actually.
We can't hear you, Jason.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me speak up a little bit. I was just gonna say You know, I do like to point out that this might sound like a racist, but you know, Mexico is younger than the United States. It's a newer nation. It's a younger nation. America's actually older. You know, our traditions are more founded in the roots. I mean, I don't want them coming over here and invading like that. Lost part of what I was going to say too. I need some coffee.
I can't hear him, man. I'm deaf, dumb, and blind.
Oh yeah, he's just spewing some racist shit.
Is it coming bad? Coming through real quiet?
Yeah, you're
Yeah, I
always
don't know what
a little
happened.
quiet, but
You were good, man, and then all of a sudden it just went south, and I'm hard of hearing, so it's going to be a problem.
It's this stupid mic, man. I don't get this thing sometimes.
Yeah,
you
well,
got like the best Wi-Fi of everybody here, but like the worst mic.
And
right.
the mic was more expensive than my Wi-Fi.
That's crazy.
How does that work?
Right.
I'll turn up his sound.
This, this racist chat.
Well, this is a DT chat. It ain't racist yet.
We'll get there, I guess. Yeah, I don't like the fact that you know, I mean, all this crap. Oh my God, we got to worry about the terrorists. Oh my God, we got to worry about, you know, IEDs, and we got to militarize our police and everything. But we'll just go ahead and have an open border, and never mind that the terrorists are coming through and the illegals are coming through and anybody and their mother's coming through, and you know, nobody's inspecting these backpacks. But hey, we've got to strip search you at the TSA, and we have to strip every ship and every boat and every vehicle because you might have an ounce of weed. But
Oh
never
my
mind
God.
the guy who just came through with a whole bunch of Simtex and dirty bombs and fucking half of a, you know, whatever.
You know, I didn't even think about that, Jason. Thank you for bringing that up. I just like had an oh my God moment. You're right. We're going to the airport to fly somewhere. You got to go through all this security, get pat down, filled up by the TSA or whatever. Yet we're just letting these guys through without checking shit. I mean, really? Grandma
Exactly.
and Grandpa and a 5-year-old is getting patted down, but we're going to let all these illegals cross without any inspection at all?
Exactly. And then on top of all that, you got you have one other thing going at you there. They just tweeted last night, the ISIS group said that they were going to hang Obama, and now all the borders are open, so I guess they ought to get to it, huh?
Well, that's a terrorist plan that I could get behind, but I won't say that. Well, I already did.
Don't say that on this one.
Well, no, but here's the thing. This is not organic. This didn't just happen where all these people from South America are coming into the country because, you know, the coyotes are, you know, making a run for it. This has been sent out. The documentation is out there that this was planned, and this is just part of the plan. And here we are. And if our own government won't secure the border, bad things are going to happen.
Yep, I agree, 100%.
I mean, you know, when you got the type of troubles we already have on the border, and then you add this element to it, and our system, I mean, you got Detroit. Those people can't, you know, they can't pay their water bill. They can't get water. Water's a fundamental freaking right. Nobody should be hungry or homeless in the United States of America.
Or thirsty, for that factor.
Well,
Just
yeah.
the fact they're paying for water makes me so mad. Who in the hell is charging them for our natural resources? It's like the oil here in Alaska. The reason why we all get a dividend is because it's my oil. It's, you know, everybody in the states' oil. It's not everybody in the U.S.'s oil. It's everybody in the states' oil. You know, that's part of what was, you know, shown in Nevada. It's not everybody in the United States' county. It's that county's land. It's Nevada land, not the U.S. land, right? And it's the same thing with all our crap up here too. You know, we can't utilize land. We can't utilize crap. Oh well. Sorry.
And yeah, you got people that are wanting water in Detroit, What happens when 300,000 people don't get water?
Riots. You're going to have mass riots. We're talking Detroit, man. But what the hell are they getting charged for the water for anyway? What are we paying taxes for? I mean, if they're buying water? Really? In the U.S., where we have some of the most plentiful water sources in the whole planet, and they're buying water. They're next to the Great Lakes, and they're buying water. It this baffles me. They're next to the largest freshwater source on planet Earth, and they're getting charged for water.
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense now, does it?
Our system is so ass backwards. Wow.
Yeah.
It just dawned on me that Detroit is paying for water next to the largest freshwater source on the face of the planet.
Well, that's
Like
because
when they tried to charge water up here in Alaska, everybody started laughing at them. They're going, half this state's a swamp, and you want to start charging us for water. No, I'm just going to go drill a well in my backyard. Hell with you.
well, water is the new oil, and if you spend any time around the Dragon, we've talked about this in detail. And now a lot of states are making it illegal to collect rainwater, which
Yeah, I can't believe that shit.
if you don't have a chemtrail filtering system, to filter out heavy metals, I mean, you're poisoning yourself with that too. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
That's
They
right.
don't
Yeah,
want
I
you to
don't
be
like the rain.
self-sufficient.
Yeah, they don't want us to be self-sufficient at all. And I definitely don't like the rain. I've collected the rain just to see how much rain I would get per day. And when I look at what that crap looks like, that's scary.
Right.
That's some scary crap in there, man. I won't feed that to my dogs or nothing. No way.
Yeah, I know here anyway, when I was a younger lad and living up north in Arizona, my parents got a well on their property, but they had to get the water rights to their own friggin' property. And we never did get the mineral rights because I was into, metal detecting at the time. And I was like, well, what happens if I find a big hunk of gold? And they're like, well, you'd have to give that to whoever owns the mineral rights on the property. I was like, oh, fuck that shit. What happened to your property being your property from, your property line down to the core of the center of the earth,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, just like you don't own the airspace above your house.
Right?
It didn't used to be that way, though. The common law tradition used to be all above and all below. When you own the land, it was all above and all below. All the way straight to the center of the earth and all the way straight up as far as you're going to go. Well, until outside the atmosphere.
To be now. I mean, but the thing is, you got too many governments trying to regulate things so they can steal money from us.
Greed and corruption.
On the dragon.
Greed.
Oh yeah.
That-
But I think there's different types of greed too. When we hear greed, right, everybody thinks money. But I think that there's greed for many different things, like greed for power. I think these guys are greedy for more power. They don't care about the money because with power they can make money, they can make whatever they want. The power can control our lives like a damn video game.
Well, I think you guys would agree that power equals money.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when you have more money than your bloodline could ever spend, which a lot of these motherfuckers do, that money is nothing. It's all about power.
Yeah. Look at what they're doing to people. They go and like a game. Well, we'll just raise some corn prices and see how many people starve today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Have you guys seen The East or The Purge or any of these movies? It's like, I'll tell you right now, the heads of Monsanto's need to go. The heads of the pharmaceuticals need to go.
Yo, exactly.
Why aren't these guys being prosecuted? There is plenty
of
evidence.
I'm not talking about prosecution. I'm not talking about judicial. I'm talking about they need to go.
Yeah.
These are people who've committed crimes against humanity.
Mass murder.
These motherfuckers that are gene splicing our food supply and contaminating our food supply and our water. They need to go.
Yeah, let's call it what it is. This is mass murder. Mass murder of the population, of the animals, of the plant life, the destruction of everything that we know and hold
And
dear.
and by no means am I a tree hugger or some type of hippie freak, right? I mean, when I go out in the wilderness, I make sure that you don't know that I was out in the wilderness. That's my responsibility to the earth. Because when I go out in the wilderness, I want it to be wilderness. I don't want it to seem like somebody was there before me, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
when
mean,
I go hunting, I want something to hunt. I'm not going out there to kill everything. I want something to hunt.
right?
Same thing.
But
Yeah,
I mean, you're
but
talking what's going on in Detroit. If they do that's what they're saying. That's going to happen within the next couple of weeks, and you figure they shut that water off, and you're talking there's going to be martial law, and that's what they want.
well, they're going to be martial law anyway, because I'll tell you right now, this whole thing with and we're not seeing the real pictures and numbers of what's happening. They're keeping this shit hush hush. I mean, I'm surprised we know what we know, and that's only because whistleblowers and people who live in those border areas and are seeing these immigrants coming off by the busload are saying things, and we're finding out about it. I mean, this shit is insane. Some of the pictures that I've seen of train loads that are full, and you know how they roll in South America, man. They get on top of the trains. They're hanging out the sides of the trains. I mean, it is like, I've never seen anything like this in my life.
I've never seen anything. I mean, personally, I've heard of it, like in UK stuff like this, but I've never seen. I mean, for the United States, this is like totally outrageous.
We're being overrun, and the people we pay and elect to take care of the borders and such are at best negligent in their duties.
I am full agreement. I mean, anybody knows? Nobody's really talking out here, guys. There's 15 of you out here, and there's no one talking. Oh, okay.
Oh, we got DJ calling our shit out.
Oh, did you?
Coming up by the train. That's kind of scary. I mean, I already saw the waves coming through in floods. Like, they would come through by 200 or 300 in a group. I was watching some of the videos and stuff coming over Texas. But if they're coming up by the train load, that's 3,000-4,000 at a time.
Yeah, they're thinking, what, a couple 100,000 every year are going to be crossing?
You can't. There's nothing wrong with the illegal or with immigration, but there's a reason you limit how many people come in at a time, because your economy can only absorb so much. It's not even about being as nice as possible. You can only assimilate so many people at a time.
And their natural resources, too.
Wouldn't that be great if our agriculture in this country was to the point where we needed hundreds of thousands of new immigrants to come in to fill the jobs that we couldn't fill, and we were so prosperous in food production and what have you that we needed that, and we could actually offer them jobs and a better life, this, that, and the other. That would be fantastic. That is not the case. We're dangling carrots, and the taxpayers are bled out.
Yeah, put the fake unemployment number aside. We know the real number. 65% of the nation doesn't work right now. 65% of the nation. I mean, and a lot of us would love to have really good jobs. We'll fucking work our ass off. We just want decent work. And you're flooding even more people in an already absolutely devastated workforce. I mean, you might as well this is the last nail in our coffin. They're sealing the lid now. Now we're just going to have to live off whatever oxygen we got left in this little hole.
I think that's a fantastic analogy. Unfortunately, I think you're absolutely right.
Well, Russell, you want to do a shout out out there? Just to
to the room? Oh, sure, why not? I'll give a shout out. We got Obag. What's up, Obag? We got G Mangos, DJ Moore. He's schooling us. Jeremiah Johnson. Got Camper Keith is out there. Barry Wood is out there. Of course, Jason was out there, but now he's in here. And, of course, Mule Team had to go out the door, but he gave us a thumbs up and shared. So, oh, and one big old shout out to Ladies Night. Going to be happening later tonight at 9 Central, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
Let's see. So, since we got all these illegals coming over, can I get like can I demand reparations from their government and their families and everything for destroying my land and my heritage and my ancestry?
Good luck with that.
My American native culture, and they're destroying my way of life. So can I get like reparations?
I mean, maybe it's karma, right? I'm sure that's what DJ's saying out there. Well, we stole the land from the Native Americans, and right. I can't even see what he's saying, but I can.
You can imagine. Right?
Well, hold on, DJ. DJ, these guys are going to come steal what's left, man. They're going to take the reservations too. They're going to take the reservations too. You think they're going to respect it?
Well, the quote from Russell means, "Welcome to the reservation," because we're all in a reservation now.
Amen.
They did that shit to the Indians and fucked them over as hardcore as they possibly can. Well, guess what? Now they're doing it to everybody.
Yep.
Blue collar, middle class is dead.
We're all on the reservation. I like that. Yeah, I forgot he said that.
Russell Means.
He said that, something else that was sad too. He said, it pains me and yet it doesn't to see that I will live to see the last breath of America. I think he did.
I think you're right. Rest in peace.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He went out. He was at the second Battle of Wounded Knee. He helped, like when all that crap was going on Mount Rushmore, him and a whole bunch of other guys went down there. I mean, he helped start some of the first in our generation, our lifetime, armed rebellions and fights against the government. So I got a lot of respect for that guy.
Oh, absolutely. And the Lakota Nation up there in South Dakota, they were coining their own money and the whole nine, man.
Yeah, the banks. Oh, their bank got raided. That happened a couple of years ago. I don't remember exactly what all happened with that, but they even tried to resist, and they were overrun. Their bank got raided. All their gold was seized, and that's just not right because it's even constitutionally legal what they're doing. They're even granted the authority to do so, by treaty and everything. But when do we respect any of our treaties? We respect the treaties we sign that hurt us, but we never respect the treaties, that. Oh, I don't like it.
Are we going to invite DJ in here now, guys?
I already invited him. He's like, "Are you sure you want me in there?" I was like, "Yeah, bro, you got some."
No, fuck that
Yeah.
guy. 'Cause he might even be able to get a word in edgewise.
Yeah, get DJ in here.
I like DJ, guys, so fuck y'all.
Yeah,
I like DJ actually.
No, but he always comes in when there's 10 people and he can never get a word in. So
And he gets upset.
When there's only a couple of us, man, he'll be able to really get the shit off his chest.
Well, all we have to do is start talking about guns,
Right.
I plead guilty about that too. Sometimes I get frustrated because I'll try to say something and it's an old habit, I was raised with proper table manners and the whole 9 yards, and it's
none of that applies here,
incredibly
buddy.
rude to talk over somebody, or at least that's how I was raised. So that's why I try not to.
Yeah,
that's why I get frustrated. But it's no big deal. I just got to grow.
You hang out with these guys long enough, and you'll figure it out, man.
I'm right there with you, Jason. For a long time on the Dragon, I wouldn't even really talk that much, and then I ran a whole bunch of people off, so I was able to talk a little bit better.
G, did you want in?
Who?
G Mangoes.
G, yeah, G always wants in. Hold on, I don't think I sent him one yet. So.
Man, he's making paper. Leave him alone.
If Rebel's wife says he can agree, yes.
If Rebel's wife.
Apparently, I didn't see that from DJ there. I'm sorry, DJ, I didn't see that right away. But I say Rebel's wife's not home. So.
I wouldn't be talking to you fucks
Yeah,
if you was.
you must play.
Much rather be talking to her. 'Cause I
Come on,
like
DJ. You got
like-
some
Okay, just get in.
the Native American. I can't think. Sorry. Perspective. He's got the Native American perspective, right?
Yeah, she has a Native American perspective.
You know, it's funny because for all the shit that DJ says or whatever, it's on point. The thing I love about him most is he's a funny son of a bitch.
Yeah. Just his laugh makes me laugh.
Yeah, but he thinks his sense of humor is like mine. It's off.
Unique. Boy, we have to. Boy, I tell you, I love that part about society. You know, all the uniqueness, all the different people. If we were all the same, it'd be boring. It'd absolutely be so boring. You know,
Right.
you gotta shake things up.
That's
Shit.
it.
A lot of respect for DJ though. I do actually want to talk about some more of the Native American perspective because I do have Native American blood in me, but it's barely fucking there. And not to mention the fact that I don't know any of the history, you know, the ancestry or nothing, the traditions. I wouldn't mind getting back to some of that. And
Yeah,
the
right.
immigrants are going to overrun their lands too, what they have left.
Well, let's just
Hey, G,
face
what's
it.
up?
We haven't been good stewards of
What's up,
the
fellas?
earth at all. You know.
Hey G, how you doing, man?
What's going on, fellas?
G Money.
What's happening, my brother?
What's up, man?
Long time no talk, my brother Reb.
Yeah, I'm always listening. I just, you know.
Yeah, last night I had to roll out a little early. Had to take care of Mama.
I know the feeling.
I brought everybody in last night, and I left out right after. Felt bad, but
I didn't
Hey,
catch
you're like the promoter, you know, of the Dragon. You know what I mean? You get shit done.
said, like you said, I brought out the links. You guys
Yeah, you-
get them, and everybody's in.
Yep.
And I try.
Yeah, I appreciate that from you
So what did
guys
I
always
miss?
looking out for each other.
Oh, we're just talking racist shit about not liking all the immigrants coming in free and clear.
Right.
You know.
We want people to get their
Yeah.
shit together in order and actually do it legally.
Yeah, right.
Maybe get a TSA pat down at the very least.
Yeah.
You got to respect the ones that do it legally, and
Fuck yeah.
you know the guys.
You know who really hates
Pretty
illegal
shit.
immigration? The people who really hate illegal immigration are those who actually went through the process and did it legally.
Oh, absolutely.
90%.
Well, what about this, guys? What about all the people who are doing what they're supposed to be doing and are on the list and have taken the classes and, you know, jumping through hoops of fire to become a legal resident, and they're seeing that the government's basically just opening the door and putting them to the back of the line, if you will.
We need to just end this farce right now, too. I mean, with the border like it is, okay, the joke's over. The joke is over. Shut the damn TSA down. We don't freaking need them. Let's stop all the coastal inspections, all the shipping inspections. There's obviously not any real terrorists out there. So let's just set up the facade in the game. And, I mean,
Well, okay.
our border like this, why aren't we in flames right now if the terrorist threat's so bad?
Right. Well, don't watch out what you wish for. But no, you're absolutely right. It's not to protect us from terrorism, right? It's to, you know, big brother us to death. It's to, you know, add to the, you know, the prison corporation. Really, if you think about it, you know, it's not for anyone. If you took 10 people and asked them, hey, listen, okay, do you want to give up any of your rights for security? How many of the 10 would say, yes, I would like to give up some of my rights so I'm secure and I don't have to worry?
More would say yes today than in the past, but still it would not be a majority. And now I was just bringing up the terrorist thing kind of to make a joke and just how much of a crock this all is.
Absolutely. But see, I guess I don't run enough different types of circles to know the numbers on that. All I know is if there was an airline out there that could say, listen, we don't have to deal with the Fed security, the TSA. You come fly with us, and you sign a waiver at your own risk that there may be a bomb or some box cutters or something like that. I would fly exclusively with that airline.
And a lot of people would, because a lot of people that aren't even woken up hate that whole idea. They see the pictures on TV about the the little kid, the 5-year-old who get felt up, the grandmas. Meanwhile, the guy with the towel on his head goes right on fucking through. I mean,
okay, if somebody on the street tries to rob me with a knife, they can have my money, right? They can have my material possessions. They obviously need it more than I do. They probably got a drug habit that they really need to get a fix on. But if I'm on a plane and you take the same individual with a knife and says, "Oh yeah, I'm going to hijack this plane," you are deader than a fucking doornail. I will break your fucking neck. I don't care what size you are, what religion you are, how big the knife is. I don't care if you have a chainsaw. I don't even care if you have a gun.
Little kid whips out a Swiss Army knife and Rebel's like, ah!
Just tell him, Reb, it's a done deal. Tell him.
It's a done fucking deal.
There you go.
Right.
I don't like to fly as it is. And you mean to tell me that you're going to, hell no.
No.
Hell no. Yeah.
I agree, Reb.
I don't buy that the plane got taken over with box cutters. Are you kidding me? Even the most pissed at poor wussy-ass American would have ran over to the damn stewardess and go, "Give me one of them kitchen knives. Come on, hurry up. Give me one of them damn kitchen knives."
Right.
That would have been me. Give me one of them. Come on, the plane's being hijacked. Get what we got in here.
Yeah.
And start throwing knives, forks, spoons. I would have been using one of them damn trays as a freaking shield. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not buying it, man. I'm not buying it.
Don't make sense, man.
Hell, I would have taken that cart, thrown all the juice and crap off of it, and used it like a battering ram.
Right.
I'm coming through. This plane's going down one way or the other. Let's get it done. I mean, but it's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not. I don't understand. I don't understand where we've come. Where, now they can say or do anything. Oh yeah. By the way, the IRS emails. Yeah. Well, they're we lost them.
I think they're trying to feel the waters, personally. I think they're doing all this stuff because nobody's really showing much resistance. We did in Bunkerville or wherever, right? But for the most part, they implement all this shit, and yeah, they think maybe somebody's gonna resist a little bit. But guess what? Nobody really resisted that. Okay, let's see what else we can get away with. That's right down Boston with fucking armored tanks going door to door for one fucking guy. Oh, they allowed that. Nobody got all bent out of shape. In fact, they were proud of their state.
They're so logical. Man, you know what? That's probably that's exactly what they're doing.
Until they get a pushback, they're just going to keep taking until we stop them from taking.
I guess my biggest fear then is, are we actually going to ever see any pushback? Other than microcosms like Bundy, or small little groups here, small little groups there, like the Freemans in Montana and stuff like that. Hutaru militia, who finally won. But these are tiny, tiny little things. I don't think we're really going to get any major pushback. I think they're going to keep testing, just like you said, until they see what they want to see, and then they'll just lay the hammer down.
Well,
sorry, Kansas. Go ahead.
I said, people are scared. The fact is, people are too scared to do anything. I mean, hell, how many dropped out of? I mean, if you watch how many of our friends have dropped out from doing this because of the fact they're scared that someone's going to say something.
Man, if you're getting flack, keep it up. If you're getting flack, you're doing something right. You're actually standing for something. You're actually living. Keep it up. You're living.
And you're being heard. Right, JB?
Amen. Amen. Yeah.
And in order to be heard nowadays, you got to be okay with being called a racist, bigoted, homophobe.
Or a terrorist.
Fine,
Or
you can
terrorist,
label all
Or a
the,
terrorist. Don't forget.
you can label me all that crap. That's fine because our actions speak louder than words. We got to let our actions dictate. We got to live it, show it, be it. And then when they call us that crap, everybody's like, at least people who matter, right? At least to us, look at that and go, oh, that's not true. That's a bunch of bullshit.
At this point, right now, with everything that's going on, we should care less what people are saying. That should be our least bit of our worries. What people say or call us.
We got to start pushing
yeah.
factors. We got to start pushing the truth.
I think we're late. I think and I hate to be a total downer, Debbie Downer, doom and gloom pessimist, but I mean, come on.
No, you're right.
What we're up against, it would take all like-minded, awake people to mobilize to make a little fucking dent in the tyranny that's going on currently.
That's why I think Patriots got to kind of consolidate, man. I don't think we have the numbers to do what we hope and wish for. Quote unquote, America's too big to fix it all. I think we have to kind of start locally and and work up from there.
Well,
That's
everybody,
one reason
had
I'm
a
doing.
great idea.
Go to like-minded people.
Well, that's part of it too. Is everybody is so PC, and that's why I keep referring to ourselves. Anybody who thinks this border shit is wrong is racist, because if I say it myself, it takes the stigma away, and it really isn't racism. It's it's an emergency situation.
Because rural everything is going down. I was reading some stuff this morning while I had some coffee. And over the past 5 years, 100 villages in rural Alaska have been completely abandoned or ghost towns. I mean, the rural life in Alaska is disappearing. The native life in Alaska is disappearing. Everybody's consolidating into these megaplex cities. The control grid's getting more and more.
Well, that's what they want.
I mean, that's what they want. That's what they're pushing for. I mean, they're trying to move people into bigger and bigger cities with little bitty 4x8 housing units. It's what they're trying to do to us.
Rats in cages, all lined up. And if you're no longer useful, euthanized.
Easier to control a populace if they're all together, and they're dependent on the system instead of each other. If I can go to my local rancher and go in halves on a cow with another family, and I can go to the farmer's market and get my vegetables and fruits, from local people, that doesn't really work for what they have in mind of control. And the only real way that they're going to get control is by controlling the food and water. Because they can restrict my travel. They can say, "Hey, listen, we're gonna grope you, and we're gonna grope your wife and your children, and we're gonna basically molest them in front of you if you want to travel." Well, guess what? I don't travel anymore. So okay, they took my freedom to travel. Okay, now once they get a control of that food and that water, then I'm forced.
They're hammering on food.
They're go into survival mode.
Because right now, okay, I used to be able to go, and let's say I get a 900-pound moose, okay? I'm talking 900 pounds of meat, by the way, after I've, already quartered that sucker. 900 pounds of meat. That's how much we get on a moose. They're a 2,000-pound animal. It's like butchering a bull. And, normally that's more meat than I can eat in the whole winter. So we used to do the old barter system. I'd go trade for some caribou sausage, or I'd go trade for some, salmon or whatever. That's illegal now. I can't do that. If I get caught, I lose all my crap.
That's crazy.
I can't even trade what I earned, even to a family member, for some of their meat or something.
Now, Jason, do you follow that?
No, but what if I got caught? What if I got caught? Then they'd try to take my truck, and I'd have a shootout. And then, if I won the shootout, I'm still the bad guy because we don't win the PR game.
Right.
It's like that trooper was here the other day. I could have blown his ass away. I really could have. I was legally right. I had the jump on him. I had everything in my ballpark, except what would have really happened, right? I would have been surrounded, I would have been demonized, and I'd be dead right now.
Yep.
I
The
don't.
third option says it's called the Agenda 21, boys and girls, and it's real.
No, that third option is a conspiracy theorist. Don't listen to him.
Oh, you went.
Agenda 21 is for fucking little kids. It's you need to really get into fucking America 2045. And I'm not bullshitting you. If you guys want to fucking know what a lot of this land grab and everything, the water control, look at America 25. I fucking tried to get you guys to look at that, but half of you guys can't fucking get past Alex Jones.
Well, I'm not too bright, DJ. I need things at a 4th grade level, buddy. I need the little kiddie stuff. I'm not ready for the big kid stuff yet.
You got to teach us. You got to put it in layman's terms.
Well,
Why the fuck
DJ,
did I come in here?
right?
That's what we're asking.
Right.
You're too
Came in
smart
here
to be in.
To make us look bad is what you did. No. So what's your take on this bioterrorism called this invasion going on?
I could give two shits.
You don't think it'll affect your life in any way, shape, or form?
No, I you know what? I'm more worried about these guys that they're letting come in here from the Middle East, knowing that they have MERS, knowing they have Ebola, than I am a bunch of little kids that they want to fucking vaccinate and fucking sterilize.
Yeah, but who knows how many of those are the guys that are the Muslims that you're talking about?
You guys asked me what I thought. I'm
I
not
agree.
going to argue the bullshit. I could give two shits. That's where I'm at.
I
I
agree
could
with
give
that.
two shits. These kids, if they're little kids, like I watched a thing this morning. Are you ready for it? Put up, and it was a congressman that was fucking grilling a guy that was with Department of Homeland Security, and their policy is when the kids come up unaccompanied, then they go to Health and Human Services, they get vaccinated, they go through the whole fucking regimen of bullshit. Well, you guys know what the vaccinations are about. Am I right?
Yeah, so
You
now we're
have an idea about the vaccinations. So if they can sterilize these kids, what a better way to fucking get down there instead of fucking going down into the jungles and trying to find them all. Bring them up here, sterilize them, use them in the military for missions that fucking odds are they're not going to make it out of alive anyway. And then fucking you've got your fucking robots right there.
Yeah, because after
What's
those
up,
vaccines,
Well
right,
said.
you're going to have... That's well said, yeah. After all those vaccines, you're going to have half of them with, autism or whatever, and the other half are going to have their IQ so low they're going to be perfect mindless automatons. This is like a absolute recipe for complete total destruction.
Yeah.
Plus, on top of that, the government takes care of them, so they're indebted to the government, not into making the American way.
And destroying the rest of our dollar, because the only way that these guys are going to get any money is by printing off more, which destroys what we've got in our pockets. They're going to raise prices even more, going to screw us all even more. I mean, yeah, and then this does destroy the other nation they're coming from, too, because it puts a workforce gap. So this is an all-around fuck you. All
That's
around.
That's why I
Not
said
only does it screw the other country, but if you've got a mass exodus, basically, shut the fuck up. You don't even know what's going on outside. You just want to hear your own voice, you little fat fucker.
damn DJ's in a good mood this fucking month.
Fuck, I should have
He's
been
in a rocky.
You are in a piss poor mood, brother. What is the deal?
I'm not in a bad mood.
No? Okay.
No.
Okay. I miss you.
That's not his kid. That's his dog.
I know. Oh, I know. Talks to the kid worse. No, shit. Sounds like me. No, DJ's right, dude. Fucking, just like the other day when we made that horrific swap, 5 for 1. I say shoot all 6. That's what they should have done.
Exactly.
Instead of
Exactly.
instead of bringing in that man, how many people we lost to find that one man? Why bring him back? He's part of them.
And
Shoot all 6. Get rid of all 6 of them.
Why is Obama
fucking
kissing
deserter.
that guy's ass for fucking deserting and wanting to give him the Medal of Honor?
He's going to be an issue. He's the one who's gonna fuck us, dude. He's the one.
Yeah, that fucking, he already did fuck us. He left the
Dude,
guys.
you haven't seen
fucking
nothing.
shit on his guys. He went out in the fucking wild with Farrell, little fucker. Then he goes and turns and fucking teaches them how to kill us.
JB,
Oh, man.
JB, the guy did not want to see his parents after not seeing them in what, 4 or 5 years or whatever.
Shame.
That's a shame, dude. This guy is one of them. He is
Yeah,
not.
but even his dad's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't give a fuck what his mom went through. To be honest with you, his dad's a piece of shit. The kid's a piece of shit.
Yep.
Therefore, she's a piece of shit because she fucking brought a piece of shit and she's with a piece of shit into this world.
Amen.
We handed to him.
Amen.
We handed them
All
their
right,
intelligence.
We just reached our shit quota.
I think DJ's out of Mountain Dew. That's what I think.
Oh, yes.
And you know those 5 guys? Those weren't just any leaders. That was the head of their intelligence assets.
Oh, dude,
That was guys who were trained by Pakistan elite to basically, they know how the game works over there. And that's their intelligence assets they just got back.
Oh, he's worse than Bin Laden. One of the guys,
Yeah.
JB, he is the new leader. He is the guy that is coming up with a bunch of more plans.
Are you
And
talking
you
about
think
that
they learned?
fucking guy that they're using the old picture of Pancho Villa?
And you don't think they learned what we did to them? No, now they're going to have improved tactics. Now they're going to have improved systems against us. They're going to learn from how we fought them. They're going to fucking improve their tactics. There's going to be blood. There's going to be more bullshit. Everything
guys,
we did for nothing. This is like
ISIS
God, those guys in Vietnam. Now I know what they fucking pissed. This is bullshit. All that fucking
ISIS
shit we did over
is
there.
the U.S. fucking government. Jesus Christ, look this shit up before you
No, it's
fucking
not
go
even
half
that.
talk.
We went through so much fucking shit over there. What the fuck? What about all the embassies, all the camps, all the shit we built?
We're screwed.
That's a $4 billion embassy in Baghdad.
Yeah, that they had to send 200 special forces down there to protect.
They'll be able to hold that sucker. You'd be amazed how the embassies are built.
Oh yeah.
You couldn't bomb that fucker out.
Give up 5 terrorists for one new up and coming terrorist.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then the thing with the border shit, right? You think Iran isn't going to take advantage of this? And then we're going off the dollar. The whole world's going off the dollar. We know it. You think Saudi Arabia is our friend anymore? Really? They're going to take advantage of this. They're going to get cells set up in here. They're going to wait till the dollar's done, and then, bam, they're going to nail our asses.
And it's
You guys, hang on a minute. Before you fucking, if you don't think that those cells have been being built since fucking 9/11, if not before.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sure, but see, this is just like the waving the flag to get things going,
Lost my train.
And when are people gonna quit fucking falling for the flag waving? What is the biggest fucking way to get everybody to fucking shit sideways and then fucking jump on the bandwagon to fucking be fisted when they're going through the fucking airport? Or fucking driving down the road in Tennessee, you get pulled over by the TSA fucking road crew, and they fucking fist your wife and fill up your kids and all of that shit.
Wait, they really have that shit on the road down there now? I thought that was just a myth. I mean, like, not really happening yet. Why are people taking up positions and shooting them?
I haven't seen that at all myself, so I
There's video of it on YouTube. Of the
Are they supposedly in every state?
It's in Tennessee.
So it's just in Tennessee, or what?
Tennessee and one other state, but I know Tennessee for sure.
Well,
and
I know
why in the fuck Tennessee? Tennessee is way. It'd make more fucking sense to have something like that in Colorado, simply because there's only 2 states between Colorado and the fucking border, than it would to have it in Tennessee.
Yeah, thanks, Gia. It's getting pretty fired up there, actually.
No
This shit
problem,
really
brother. I got
pisses me
you.
off.
Well, we already got a 100-mile buffer of unconstitutional area. Have they said that they expanded that now with this current situation, where
I don't
none of
believe
your
so.
constitutional rights apply in that 100-mile buffer?
Stinger lives in it. He would know.
Oh no, we got all of our rights so far.
All these fake patriots, you know, the TSA setting up checkpoints, and not a one of them even took up positions and shot them fuckers. I mean, seriously, you know, I've heard so much. Oh, them Viper teams, they start pulling that shit. It's on. Really? Okay, so if they really did that shit in Tennessee, where a lot of these guys are, wow, yeah, there's nobody's gonna fucking fight back.
See, and that's why I don't get excited about all this shit anymore.
Exactly.
I just until I don't.
Until we're
I don't
marching
know how to
and
fucking
ready
say
to
this without definitely not just getting the knock on the door, but fucking the ride to the fucking house.
Speak your mind, D. Speak your mind, bro.
No, that's not a good thing sometimes.
I know.
his mind goes down some weird avenues.
Oh,
No.
I know.
It fucking simply because of a lot of the shit that I've done in my past. I've already been fucking locked up. I've had my freedoms taken away and fucking had to ask to go take a shit and all of that stuff. I could give 2 fucks. That's how come these permissions and all this bullshit doesn't mean a fucking thing to me. I've been there, fucking done it, and I could give 2 shits. And until people get that fucking mindset of where, you know what, life ain't always pretty, and sometimes you've got to dig deep and you've got to pull out fucking demons out of your soul that you fucking did not know you had. Until then, I just want people to sit down and shut the fuck up because they haven't been there.
Amen.
Being locked away forever. Been out before. They ain't coming back. I don't want them back out again. That's not fucking pretty when that shit goes down.
Exactly.
I know.
Your mic is fucked up again, Jason.
I'm sorry, I just saying, you know, no, those demons gotta stay locked up, man. They've been out before, and it ain't fucking pretty, and it ain't fucking cool. Man, fighting is not some fucking glory thing like the fucking movies, man.
No.
When your buddy next to you is screaming his fucking head off because his fucking guts are sitting on his fucking lap, it ain't a fucking joke.
No.
That's a real fucking deal, and it really is not cool. I mean, excuse me, man.
No, well, Jason, no. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And there isn't very many people, I mean, I shouldn't say there isn't very many people that know that. There's people out there that do, but most people are afraid to fucking let others know. You have to fucking go dark, and I mean, fucking, it is not, he's exactly right.
You got to go dark and evil. Like DJ's saying, I've walked your shoes, and you know what I'm talking about. I lived it. I've gone through it. What we're talking about, DJ, and, you know, I don't like to talk about it every time I come on here, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. What's saying, that's why I was trying to figure out how to word it to where it's, because to be honest with you, I would much rather fucking be here every day with my kids than have to go down that fucking dark avenue. But there is a fucking point where people are going to have to just fucking pull their balls out of their purses.
Right.
And just one guy's walking down the street with his shit, then you go grab your shit and start walking with them.
Right.
Or their wives' purses.
We're leaving Reb out of this, Stinger.
Hey, I didn't. Nobody. Don't be throwing me under the bus.
Sons of bitches.
Hey, can you do a shout out and maybe talk about it? Has anybody got anything going? I don't want to forget our followers out here.
All right. Well, let me. We got the third op. You know, he's out there showing us about the Washington Post and stuff. We got Leon Aaron, I believe his name is. Got Joel Sweatman's out there, Camper Keith, the old bag is still hanging around. And Joel Sweatman, I think I already said that one, but if not, oh well. DJ, thank you for joining the actual chat instead of making me read all of that stuff, because damn, you can type. And that's it. We're caught up. And a shout out to Ladies Night tonight on the Dragon, 9 o'clock Central, 7 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Did you guys catch that? I've got to get a hold of Vaughn and find out where the fuck he got that. Vaughn has a video out, and it is from the Russian consulate, and Putin has fucking issued the ultimatum, and either the U.S. fucking shuts down Monsanto or Russia will fucking invade and go to war. Because they are not.
To see. What are you doing, baby?
Did he really say that?
Yes.
Okay, wow. Because Monsanto is waging war. It is an actual declaration of war. It is a violation of all international law. It's a violation of most national laws. They would actually be in the right. By distributing genetically modified anything on their population, it's chemical warfare. We're conducting chemical warfare. Monsanto is a registered United States corporation. It's on our ass. That sucks.
I would have to side with fucking Russia on this one, because I hate fucking. I don't understand.
So,
You know,
where can I find that video, DJ?
Go to Vaughn's channel, The Old Marine.
I can't believe you didn't share that on G+.
Yeah.
Fuck, I missed it.
You know, they're fucking with shit. Because I share stuff or I try to find stuff, my subs sometimes mess up, and I don't say nothing because I'm paranoid enough, and maybe I'm just missing shit. I'm not very computer literate half the time, but I think they've messed with our shit sometimes.
All the time.
I really do.
You're right. No, you're right, JB. They do.
Hey, sorry about earlier. I
They
didn't
kicked off.
get in a tangent.
JB,
Sorry.
don't worry about it.
You never have to apologize in here.
That's what this is about. This is about us talking so we can get it out in the open so everybody's aware of it.
Exactly.
I don't
Well, not only that, but we're educating ourselves. I mean, look at all the stuff that DJ was educating us about there, and I now have a little bit more of an educated view on the whole situation. So there you go.
I have good days and bad days where I can keep control.
We all
And,
do, JB.
so-
Don't worry.
I don't want to talk about fighting anymore, but I do want to close with it's not cool, okay? Just don't get it any glorious or nothing like that, right?
JB is absolutely right. Just like what DJ was saying when he's tired of hearing everybody running their mouth. It's like, dude, we're all in a fucked up situation. Of course, we have kids, we have families. What do you want us to do? Go fucking start shooting up the government, start shooting up the cops, walk into D.C. and start fucking peeling motherfucker? What do you expect?
Yeah.
What do you want us to? And I hate that. Say, you guys are just fucking laying. Everyone's laying on their couch and being freaking lazy and watching this game. And what do you want us to do?
I came home alive. Every day's gravy after that.
Like DJ said, what do you want us to lose our families and go to jail and get locked up because you want to go out like a freaking rebel? Really? No, don't think so.
Well,
I reshared that. It's Russia versus America over GMO. Is the name of the video. And the other night I talked to Vaughn on the phone for probably 2.5, 3 hours. And I really need to get a hold of him and find out where he got that, because it may be something that isn't even supposed to be released.
Right. Well, I'm sure that it's in Russian, so it's got to. Somebody's had to.
It's a guy. That's why I really want to get a hold of Vaughn and find out the whole story behind that. I mean, I trust Vaughn, but I also fucking know myself from finding something I thought was really valid and on target, and then finding out that it was full of shit that made me look like a monkey fucking a football.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of why I want to find out as much as I can about it, because if it is on point, and I mean it's definitely fucking worth listening to, if nothing else. I hope it's real.
Well, we were just talking about that. Once they control the food, you know, then it's over. It's endgame. You know, that's it. So.
Well, I know
Exactly.
you guys have to look at, as far as controlling the food.
DJ, I got confirmation on another news report. EU Times did a report on that May 10th, 2013. That's when it started.
Okay, so cool. Then it's, at least there's some added validity to it.
Their honeybee population was getting wiped out, and here's the link for the news article.
Okay.
And so this is an ongoing issue. It's like a year old, and I guess it's escalating, huh?
I just seen it, I want to say yesterday. I don't know. Whenever Dooley was having his hangout, that's when I was on the phone with Vaughn, and I didn't know about it when I was on the phone with him, so I'm gonna have to. I mean, it could be something that he held on to for a little bit, worried that it was going to get turbo dunked. Because, I mean, let's face it, how many people don't we know that have videos get yanked?
Yeah. Well, that Snoops, which is questionable, they're saying it's false. They're not saying why, though.
Well, most of the European countries have banned GMOs. So,
Yes.
All of
but
them.
the fucking cat's out of the bag. Once you introduce genetically modified organisms into the fucking food source, the cat's out of the bag. You can't fucking, I mean, just like the wheat, right? There wasn't supposed to be any GMO wheat. Oh, sorry about that.
True. I mean, it's been one thing after the other. I mean, it's been just slowly. I mean, it's bad, but I mean, they've been killing us. I mean, that's just what they're doing. Slow kill.
You guys ready for war?
I've been fucking ready for
Oh, DJ, I'm not
so
asking.
long.
I already knew you were ready 3 years ago.
You're never fucking ready for war, you know? You
know
fucking
what?
motherfuckers, man.
No,
You know,
Rev.
This is
No,
like
Rev.
Tony. This is like
No.
Tony talk to me.
No,
It's
no.
all bullshit.
You fucking
Rev,
talk
Rev.
for yourself. I am
Not
fucking
us.
beyond. I am fucking beyond. What? It's just that whenever it fucking happens, let's get it over with. Fuck it.
Right. I'm talking about as a country, not us. I'm talking about like country-wise, like our military. Do you think that we are ready for war? Is what I'm asking. Not
No.
I
us.
think
I'm talking about
fucking
our military.
around with
No.
Russia is a bad idea. But
I agree.
They've been screwing. I mean, half our machines down and shit, you know, and
I'm afraid of China, DJ. I'm
you
afraid.
know, one thing that I will say now that I got to scan over that EU news story that Jason put up,
Yeah.
I fully understand the whole Ukraine situation. They had to fucking try to get the U.S. and the world's opinion swung over, making it look like Russia is the aggressor, knowing full well that Russia is not fucking around with this Monsanto thing. That's just me.
Right. No, I understand.
yeah, and then you got right now they're doing a China American starting today. They're doing some kind of rim maneuvers out there. They're doing in the ocean.
Yeah, and they're seeing our tactics, They're seeing our communication procedures. They're seeing our operating procedures. Everything. You don't do fucking joint operations with the enemy. It's stupid.
Especially when we're all having. I mean, China's threatening war, Russia's threatening war, and they're all up there doing it together.
Yeah, I found a total of 3 links there for you, DJ. One of them was Snoop's. I figured I'd throw in an opposing side, so kind of try to get both sides. I don't really like those guys, but they claim it's false, so I figured it's, why not throw both sides up and see, try to get the biggest picture.
That Snopes,
I don't like those guys. I think they're liberal or some shit like that.
I think they're full of shit, to be honest with you. I seen a thing on them. In fact, I shared a thing on those guys not too long ago. It's a guy and his wife, and it is their opinions as to whether anything's valid or not.
They're the only ones that say it's false. So, and that probably puts even more credit toward the story then. And it makes sense. You got, like Rebel said, all of Europe has it banned. Most people in America would have a brain want it banned. In Russia, they're not going to mess around with that shit. That is an absolute direct attack. And once it starts, you can't stop that shit. There's no way for even sure if we know it can be stopped now. It might be like a Pandora's box already open, man.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, and I know we've got to fight. That's kind of the shitty thing, DJ, is you're right, man. We got to fight. Some have had it and want to just get it on. Let's get it done. Let's get it over with. Stop the bullshit.
I say
I just want to buy more time, man. Because since we know where the fight's coming, I kind of want a few more days of peace.
Yeah.
Because I know what a fight is like. And that's kind of what I'm getting at. I'm not trying to beat around the bush or nothing. It's just because once it starts, man, it doesn't end, and it's so fucking ugly, and nothing's the same.
I'm sorry for laughing. I was just reading third options.
Yeah, Third's out there busting my balls.
Well,
No, he's talking about Snopes. He says, Snopes, why the fuck does anyone take Snopes serious? It's a couple of liberals in a basement using Google. That's a fact.
No, DJ, you're right there. That's where I got absolute epic respect. You look at your sons and you're sitting there going, I'm not going to leave this shit for them. This is my responsibility to fix. This is my job to get this shit cleaned up. I need to get this shit cleaned up so that it's done and over with, so I can look my kids in the eye and say I did everything within my power to give you the best possible life and freedom. And I respect that, absolutely. I understand, man. You're a family man. You've got your kids right there. I absolutely understand that, man.
What else is gonna? Who else? Who knows what's gonna happen when our kids get old?
I mean, we're the last. We gotta fix it. We're the only ones that can.
I just hope that I'll tell you what. In all honesty, they have regulated and lawed us, even to where the shit we talk about on these hangouts is fucking illegal. I mean, okay, right now there's 6 of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of us on this panel, all discussing how the fuck to get our rights and freedoms back. Well, if you go back and read the Patriot Act, there's 6 people sitting here conspiring against the U.S. government. So there you have it.
They've written the laws now to where there is no such thing as a quote-unquote law-abiding citizen. I'm a law-abiding citizen, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Nobody is. Nobody.
On average, just somebody going to work commits 9 felonies that could have them in prison that most people do not even know about, and that's a day.
Wow.
Yep.
So you go to work 5 days a week, 9 times 5, you've done 40 felonies in a week.
45 a week.
And not to mention that there's a statute, they can get you even the next day or the next month, until whatever the statute of limitations is on that felony.
That's because we live in a police state.
They have done away, for the most part, with statutes of limitations. It used to be 7 years, except for rape and murder, and those 2 were no statutes. But even in today's world, God, and that went back with Daddy Bush or Clinton. And I think when they were doing the fucking war on crime back then, what they were doing is they were handing out chicken shit felonies right and left. I mean, shit that had no business even being a fucking felony became a felony because the more people you can have with a felony, the more people you can fucking make it to where they cannot own a firearm.
Or vote.
Purchase a
And
firearm.
vote, yeah.
No, voting is a big misconception. There's 3 states, and last I knew, those 3 states, Virginia, all 3 are back east. Those 3 states were all going up to vote to give felons their voting rights. Colorado, I can vote. My fucking record looks like a Sears catalog.
Oh, it's also California. California, you can't vote if you're a felon.
After you're off paper, once you're out and off paper, and once you've served your time, yes, you can.
Oh, okay. So once you completely off probation, all that shit.
Yes.
I got you. And that's such a crock of shit, you know, because once
But you
you've
still
done,
can't have a gun, and who would argue that a felon should have a firearm? I mean, only a crazy deranged individual would think that a felon or a mentally ill person should have a firearm. So right there, they end the debate.
Mm-hmm.
well, somebody who served their time, aren't they done? Aren't they now a rehabilitated good person? They've served their time. They're done.
Are they or are they not a free man? Are they or are they not a free man?
As
You wear
DK just
that-
pointed out, we're all felons. You just don't know it yet.
That's true.
Well, I mean, they got it down that not 2/3 of the United States is now the domestic terrorists. Period.
And yeah, let's get back to the Georgia Guidestones. I mean, it's not really that crazy if you think about it. They openly say they want to wipe out 90% of the damn population anyway. That means they really don't want most of America. So if they can figure out any way, which way, shape, or form to get rid of us, make our lives miserable, and otherwise, just butcher us, then they're going to.
See, and that's one thing that actually gives me reservation as to a revolt or something like that. I know they want to reduce the population. Why in the fuck wouldn't they drone strike people right and left? Get it?
That balance that they're looking for,
Yeah.
Just
Well, they're
enough
trying to
where
see how
not gonna
much they can
revolt.
get away with.
Yeah.
They want to get away with as much as they can. They start drone striking people. Well, then that's all. I mean, it's on at that point. Everybody would be off the fence. Everybody would say, "Fuck that, we ain't having it." So they're just trying to do it in little waves. They don't want to just come out and do what they really want.
Well,
Yeah, but if
not
they-
everybody. Some are going to go line up and serve the government. See, because that happened in Afghanistan when the Taliban collapsed. Right, people who were loyal to the Taliban, they went and hid. They kept low.
Mhm.
People who were the enemies of the Taliban, they were lining up. They were all kiss butt. Yeah, give me a gun, give me a uniform. Good, yeah, let's go. I mean, those Afghan fighters, they weren't conscripts. They were volunteers. They were brown nosing right up to the U.S. soldiers.
Look
See,
at how
so
many.
it works both. It'll be that way here too.
Look at how many loyalists everybody. And if you post anything that is patriotic, you're going to run into a little crew of 3, 4, 5 that just come in and blow your shit up. And I don't know, fuck, I'll bet you out of every 50 posts, probably 2 or 3 of them get blown up like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys, if anybody that's in my circles knows, well, anybody that knows me knows, when I leave comments, especially on that Russia Today news, I do that not to fucking troll them, but more or less for if anybody's on the fence and not really knowing what to think, I just want the fuckers to think. Put their fucking...
I want people to question. I want people to question every goddamn thing. Why? I don't want,
Yeah, but Kansas, you're from the same I don't know. I think you're a little bit older than I am, but we're from that same generation to where when we were kids, when we were taught to question shit.
Oh,
Why?
no shit.
You know, how does this work?
It was.
Well,
It was
go
question
take
everything.
go take it apart and find out how it works. Nowadays, when a kid asks a teacher a question in school or something, it's more disrespect than it is.
Yeah, they want an answer. They want an easy answer for it.
It's because the book said, and that's the way it is.
Well, you know, as long as, you know, if they say 4 + 4 = 5, as long as they can show you how they came up with that answer, they're not wrong. So.
Right.
You want to do another shout out here? I mean, I'm going way past my DT hour.
Yeah, right. We're past the hour mark.
And we got some good people. We got 25 viewers right now.
Right.
So,
yeah. Okay. Cool. I will. And first one is Mr. Tommy Boy. Breeze has a patriotic intro. Now what? Okay. Joel Switman says he's a felon and a terrorist, but his daughter still loves him, so that's good. Madam Von Kook, bring me the man, I will find the crime. That's a quotation from Julius Caesar. Nice. Joel Swetman, Old Bag, Dozer. What's up, Doze? Camper Keith, Tommy Stock 64. Third op is still hanging in. Looks like 12 minutes ago. Camper Keith, yep. And we're all cut up. And the ladies' night is tonight at 7 Pacific, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. Hey, I'm getting better at that.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir.
8 our time.
Yep.
And by the way, I want to thank everybody for coming to my DT hour while I'm ahead here. So thank you, and it'll be on next week at the same time, so don't forget it.
Cool.
Maybe by next week I'll be my mellow self again.
Okay.
I like you. I like you. Okay?
I like this. This is awesome.
This is a good
very,
conversation.
very interactive freaking chat here. Yeah. I'm actually learning some stuff too, which I always like doing that. Or, you know, being corrected because I was wrong about a couple of things.
It's always good to get another person's perspective because we all do our own research in our own ways, and it's nice to be able to bring that all together, and then we get a bigger picture on it. And I think that's one of the main things I like about the Dragon.
Exactly. There's more than just one explanation.
When it's too hard not to keep yourself from getting tunnel vision when you try to do all of this alone. And
Yes.
when you become so close-minded that your way is the only way, then that's when it's you've got to interact for, if nothing else, just to keep yourself sane enough to know that there's other people out there that are at least thinking along the same stuff. They might not think, God, I hope nobody thinks like I do. Fuck, this shit'll be cracking off.
Stinger's had my mind racing ever since last night.
Sorry.
Well, we were talking about the escalation of things, right? You know, how things have slowly escalated, and one of the last big events, right, was Boston, when basically 1 million people just sat there and were cheering as the Gestapo marched through their town, right? And each thing has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, that was pretty fucking big, and Boston was pretty damn scary, in my opinion. And not the Gestapo marching down the street. I've been waiting for that and expecting that. It was the passive applause of the population. You know, it was almost like something out of Star Wars right there. You know, this is how liberty is crushed, you know, with the applause of
Liberty
the masses.
dies with a roaring applause. I don't
Yeah.
know where that's from, but there's a quotation like that somewhere that the liberty died with a glorious applause.
I believe it was when Julius Caesar marched across the Rubicon, actually, because the population cheered him on. And that was the fall of the Roman Republic and became an empire then. I think that might actually be where that reference came from. I'm going to have to look. It would make sense. I mean, a lot of great quotes came out of the Roman Republic.
Well, you can just look at the way the Rome fell, and merit with today's United States. And wow, it's kind of scary if you look at, compare the two and where we are now to where the end of Rome was.
But getting back to the Boston thing real quick, I mean, if it's going to keep escalating, then what's the next step? I mean, really, look, Boston was big. There was 1 million people. They had hundreds of armored vehicles, thousands of Gestapo troops on the ground, and zero resistance. Not only zero resistance, there was a couple of preppers who, bragged about, yay, I bugged out, man, I got out, my plan worked. And okay, I applaud that. That was kind of cool. That was on the survival blog. A couple of guys like, I successfully bugged out, my plan worked, I got out of there. Cool. What about not only but they cheered him on. They cheered him on.
Those are the people that I hope, while that guy was bugging out, whoever was seeing what a bug-in would be like, I'm hoping the guy that was doing the bug-in got every one of those fucking clappers, his name, address, and when shit goes sideways, those fuckers die first.
Yeah, that's why I talk about my list, absolutely, because let me tell you something. Don't sit there and wait. You go mobile. You fucking go mobile or you die. Plain and simple, there's no such thing as a castle anymore. And if you already know who the enemy is, so you better go engage them before they engage you. And that's a simple, flat-out truth. That's not being crazy or nothing. That's how the fucking game works. You fight. If you're gonna fight, the gloves are off. That's it. You go fucking fight. And you either take it to them or they're gonna take it to you. And it's one or the other. Do you want to be ambushed, which fucking sucks big time, or do you want to ambush them?
Well, you're exactly right. For people that don't understand that, it's kind of like a schoolyard fist fight, which we don't have anymore. But remember the first one? You pushed them, they pushed you, you pushed them, they pushed you, and then somebody threw a half-hearted punch. Well, after about the 5th, 6th schoolyard fight, when somebody said something, you didn't say nothing. You walked over, you hit that motherfucker right between the eyes and went to work on his ass.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I mean, you're going to have to get that same mindset. If somebody's fucking, if somebody actually wants a piece of you, they're not going to come up talking, or they're not going to fucking act like they're your buddy. They're going to come swinging.
Yeah.
Talk is cheap.
Exactly.
Action show more. Dead air, guys. Dead air.
I'm really thinking that the next step's going to be a big city. Right, Boston was kind of a suburb / big city, right? Watertown, about a total of 1 million people in that general area, and it was also on the East Coast, which I'm pretty sure they war gamed out and figured, East Coast pretty passive. Now they're going to probably check somewhere else. They're probably going to hit somewhere on the West Coast where they don't have as much of a hold. Maybe even I'm thinking more along the, along the coastline, some type of false flag bullshit and bigger.
It's funny that the birthplace of freedom has the least freedom allowed right now, and they're okay with it.
And that was a slap in the face for anybody who is, a historian or likes to look into our American history. And it's like, well, wait a minute, so much for Boston. Fuck.
That was symbolic.
Yeah, it was symbolic. The home of the Green Dragon Tavern.
Well, not only that, but take it a little bit deeper. What was the significance of the Boston Marathon? It happened on Patriots Day. Yep. What a better fucking way to cut the balls off of somebody that might think along the lines of patriotism than to fucking do a fake bomb and then fucking invade everybody's houses and make them surrender their fucking rights.
Yeah, and even a marathon is patriotic. The whole marathon was born from a patriotic moment for the Spartans, for the Greek nation, which eventually became a nation. It was a wonderful moment for the Greek people, something that has lived on through legend. And it was an absolute slap in the face.
It was, and then another thing is they knew they were going to do it long before that. You know, it's amazing. They sit there and act stupid, but you know damn well it was all planned out, and everything. I mean, everything just seemed to go step by step by step by step by step.
They
And
had
you knew
a
it.
drill going.
And that's how they. I mean, there was a drill on Newtown. The same
There was a
exact.
drill on 9/11.
Yeah,
There was a drill during Aurora too.
yeah. See, it's always those drills that get you. and you know it's like you know something's coming, and you know just like today we're all sitting here. We all know there's going to be something. A lot of people are going to get hurt. A lot of people are going to get killed. And the damnedest thing is, we all know it's going to be the guns that are going to be looked at for it.
Or the
So
people. They don't necessarily have to target the guns. It's getting rid of the people that's more important than the guns, because
Well, they won't even target all the guns, right? Because if they do that, they know that is the red line for a lot of gun owners who aren't on our side. The ones that call us crazy, right? Their red line is, don't come after my Second Amendment, right? So they're not going to go after the Second Amendment. They're going to go after those crazy domestic terrorists with the assault weapons, because we need to get those. And then all the other Second Amendment supporters are like, yeah, they are a little bit nuts. So I can see why it's okay to get their guns away from them, because they give us a bad name.
One thing that people forget is when Sandy Hook happened, you had Jesse Jackson, you had Al Sharpton calling for knives as well. You have every community, town, city has a knife ordinance restricting blade length, if it's an automatic open, if it's an assisted open. So it's bigger than a gun thing. They want us defenseless, period. I mean, I can't legally have a gun, but if I can still vote, and the first time one of those motherfuckers throws something up that I think I can voice my opinion on, I will re-register as a voter, and I will go throw my voice in on that and say, fuck you. You stay the fuck away from our freedoms like that. And I mean, you guys have all heard me motherfuck anybody that votes, so that but I don't think a lot of people know about the calling for knives. I mean, you take away a fucking gun and you take the knife out of the picture. Okay, if somebody has an axe to split firewood, are you going to tell me that fucking axe can't go through somebody's forehead and leave their fucking brain pouring out on the ground? A fucking baseball bat. How many people are killed by baseball bats? Claw hammers. I mean,
look at Britain. The most killing over there is done by knives, hammers, and wrenches. Blunt instruments.
Well, luckily we don't have that many. I don't think we have any limitations on knives where I live. I could be wrong on that, but I mean, I can go buy a switchblade in the mall,
Mm-hmm. Now, I know in Colorado for the longest time, assisted openings were against the law, and they changed that. But right here where I live, in this town, I'm not supposed to carry a pocket knife in my pocket with a blade length over 3 inches.
You know, I honestly think that whole switchblade fad was just to get people to use the improper weapon. Because if you're going to use a knife and you're going to fight with a knife, use a fixed blade, full tang knife. You don't fuck around with this switchblade stupid shit that'll break.
Right.
You really don't. That's not the proper way to fight with a knife. So it's almost like they tried to get the stigma around something that was wrong. It's the same with the gang-style shooting, right? Yeah, there's fun and stuff like that, but that is the most inaccurate, most improper way to fire a weapon. I mean, Thank God they do it, because if you watch a lot of these robberies and shit, it's the reason why nobody dies, because they're shooting sideways and into the ground. So, but it's like if you watch the old Magnum PIs, right? They're shooting properly. They're doing proper tactics, the whole 9 yards. It's almost like somebody saw that on TV and went, no, 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 don't do that. You're teaching them how to do it the right way. So, yeah, I think some of that is that, so I don't think there should be these stupid, ridiculous restrictions, but at the same time, I kind of laugh because it's not the right knife.
You go back to that makes me think of some of the books that I read when I was a kid, and I wanted a switchblade simply because of the books I read, the Cross and the Switchblade, The Outsiders. I mean, those were, when you had the social elites in small towns, and then you had the poorer kids, and when they would meet and fight, and somebody'd pull a switchblade. I mean, that was the highlight of the fucking book. I don't know if you guys ever read any of those. Rebel might have, Kansas might have, but
Yeah.
That's. I think there is a lot to that.
Yeah, teach people the wrong stuff.
I mean, it's easy to do.
Because I know for me,
Here you go.
I damn sure ain't gonna pull one of my fucking pocket knives if
Nice.
I'm pulling a knife on somebody.
They're
You
nice
seen the
collector
one-
pieces and fun.
Oh fuck yeah!
The only thing good about a switchblade is that it is, somewhat you can put it in your pocket and then use it, in a quick fashion. So, but yeah, I mean, it's not durable. It's not something that you would want. If you could have a fixed blade, you definitely want a fixed blade over that, because even this one, it'd break
Yeah, the
pretty
blade
easy.
snap.
It's good to do a bump with.
But I mean, you can stick, twist, and break, right?
I knew one guy would get it.
Yeah.
So it's a web of your thumb, Reb.
I keep my thumbnails trimmed.
Well, why don't we do one last shout out for the people, and then I'll say keep it open. What you want to keep it open about 30 more minutes, or what do you want to do, Russ?
This is your thing, brother, not mine. So you do.
Hey, I was promised happy
Well-
hour with finger food and cocktails. What's the
Oh,
deal?
yeah.
Well, get on your wife about that, because she's the only one that would say shit.
Excuse me?
Tommy Stock is still out there. West Side Story is where he apparently learned about switchblades. Third op, Mr. Tommy Boy 9, Lee Aaron. Third op is still hanging. Jay Watt is out there. Old Bag. Looks like Joel Sweatman, and that's it. We're caught up. And, of course, the ladies' night is tonight at 7 Pacific, 9 Central, and 10 Eastern.
Sounds cool to me. I thank you very much, my friend. I thank you all for coming. I think I'm going to close her up in about, say 3 minutes. And anyway, thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. The after chat, if anybody wants in, please say something in the next 3 minutes, and maybe we can get you in here. And otherwise, we'll see you all next week. Same place, time, same place.
Oh, I got to show off my new bake light. Come on.
All right. Show off, Tommy. You got something to show off. Show it off.
That's it.
Can I answer Jay Watt real quick? He said he sent me a PM on Sunday. I have not seen that, and I was in my the fucking YouTube this morning doing replies and stuff, so I did not see that, Jay Watt. Do you guys care if I send him a link to come in the after chat?
Go ahead. Bring him on in.
I don't know. He's not very talkative, so.
He's got a mic now.
Yeah, he still doesn't like to use it, though.
You're all welcome to stay and chat. I'll probably be getting out of here in just a few minutes, and go ahead to have your time. I gotta lay down because I've been pushing myself for the last day and a half.
Yeah, rest up, brother. You've been pretty active.
Yeah, I definitely want to see you get out to the range, and the only way you're going to do that is if you feeling good.
So I gotta sort of slow down for a little bit.
He's got no excuse to skip out on the way.
Yeah, I got a wedding to go to.
Oh yeah, so you got a lot to do.
Yeah. So I just wanted to tell you all thank you for coming and make sure it's been great. You guys are the greatest panel I've had, and I think one of the best panels I've had. Actually, I think it is the best panel so far in my detail hour. So, cool.
Well, thanks for the invite, guys. Even though I was fucking a little fired up.
Hey, everybody gets fired up, DJ. That's what I love about you.
That's the best time to come in, man. Right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Except for when you're exhausted and stupid like I was.
I like to be a little more in control of myself.
Yeah, but it's fun to see where you go. I mean, the thing is, DJ, you're a smart man. You got some good ideas, and when you're firing off, one of those ideas have to be right.
Oh God, that's scary.
Yeah. We live in a world where DJ's right. We're all fucked.
I guess that explains why we're fucked.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, it is cool because we all do come at things from a different point of view and a different angle and different experiences.
You can shoot them.
So it's cool to soapbox that and war game it and figure it out.
And also, it helps to get it off your chest so that you don't go out and try to war game it yourself.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people internalize, and then pretty soon they go out and then they're just saying, then the next thing you hear on the news, DJ went out and he went crazy, and that's why he stopped doing it. And it misses everything that we've been working trying to get out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I was worried about a couple of people kind of going crazy for a while there. It's like, calm down, hold on, it's all good. The fight's coming.
You mean Tony?
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll say it.
But I think he's doing fine. I think he was just between.
I think he's doing fine. Tony's just got to. I think he actually learned a lot. He's changed for what he was.
That's the best thing about
Tony's
like life experiences.
Tony's like the weather. Wait a minute, it'll change.
Oh.
I was pretty hard on him last night.
Yeah, but you did it for his own good because he's got to be careful with that.
Yeah, because they are honestly off one by one. Gotta be careful.
Listen, a lot of people go down in flames because of their narcissism. We all like being patted on the back and attaboy and all that, but you really need to step back a minute and think.
That's right.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, we're at the 4:02 mark, so I'm going to say goodbye to our people out there. Does anybody on the panel have anything to shout out?
Ladies' night. Ladies' night.
Ladies' night.
Ladies' night tonight. Come see it. And also, I'd like to shout out the whole panel. They're the greatest panel I've had on the DT hour so far, I do believe. And I don't think I've had a better panel on here. But rather than Stinger, and he did a solo this last week.
Well, that's the best kind of panel there is when it's just.
Hell, that was an awesome panel there.
Well, yeah, if I hadn't pressured him into sending some links out, it would have been just you and Stinger.
Right? That's how I like
it. The Stinger Show, man.
The Stinger Show. So, anyway, whether it be the Stinger Show or what, next week it'll be the same time, same place, so enjoy, and we are out of here. Goodbye, y'all.
Thanks, everybody.